morning, Paulina. Oh, good. Okay, it started. So, while we are sitting here, I want to remind you really quick about the lock date that is coming up. So that's going to be this Sunday. Okay, it locks at 11:59. So if you are missing anything, or if there's any assignments like writing assignments, homework, unit tests that you maybe still have attempts on, make sure that you get that done before Sunday. Okay. Okay, another thing, I sent out an email last Friday, and I listed out a couple of tutorial sessions that we're going to be having this week. And so those are on Thursday and then 2 on Friday. So if you did not respond to that email, I will actually put let me find the form real quick. I can give you a link to that form. Basically, I am trying to figure out who to invite to my small groups, and what we're going to be doing for these small groups is there's a list on there of what we're going to be going over, but we're going to be going over like unit 1 tomorrow, unit 2. Okay, I'll have you, if you haven't already filled out the form, I'll just have you put it in the form real quick. Give me just a second, and I'll get that link for everyone. We're going to do unit 2 at 9 o'clock on Friday, and then unit 3 help will be at 10 o'clock on Friday. Okay, so I need you to fill out that form if you want to come and be a part of that. Obviously, it would be a big help for your grade. Okay, let's see. Here we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this right now in the room chat. And even if you don't want to sign up, that's okay. But will you please just open that form so that way I know you've seen it and had the opportunity to sign up? In case anybody, even if you think, oh, I don't know if I really want help or if I need help, even if you think you might want any help at all, go ahead and click that you want to be invited. Okay, and then if you get there or you finish your missing work or whatever before that, you don't have to come. You can come and say, hey, I'm good, actually, thank you. That's totally fine. Okay, but I want to make sure that you have the opportunity. Okay, so, okay. Any questions before we get started? Anybody? Okay, so let's go ahead, and what we're doing today is actually what you did. Okay, thank you, Paulina. I appreciate it. What we're going to do today is we are going to be talking about point slope form. So this will actually be the first lesson in unit 4. So we're starting unit 4. So this is going to go the very first lesson. You will watch the video on it today. So yesterday you should have done your TFAR. I think it was TFAR number 3, right? Or is it 4 now? I think it's 3. TFAR 3. If you have not done that, please go do that. I did have someone tell me that they were working on it. I think it was last night, not the newest one, but the old one, TFAR 2. And it actually kicked them out at midnight because it's only open for 14 days. So I was not up at midnight. I did not take it down, but so please make sure you get that done because there's no way for me to get that back open for you. But today you are going to be working on 4.01, which is point slope form. Before we get started with that, I want to just do a quick little review about writing equations. So if you're given the slope and the y-intercept, then you will use the slope-intercept form, which is y equals m times x plus b, to write out your equation. The m stands for slope, and the b stands for y-intercept. So if they give you the slope and they give you the y-intercept, you're just going to plug that in. So instead of having an m, I now have 1/2. Instead of having this plus b, I'm going to have minus 3. So I want you to tell me in the room chat. Let's do a real quick practice, just a quick little review to get started. Check again, because I think I fixed that. That was goofy yesterday morning, but I'm pretty sure I fixed it, Paulina. So check and see. If you haven't checked it since yesterday, check and see. All right, so we want to write an equation of a line that has a y-intercept of -3 and a slope of -4. So I'm going to go back to the start of the problem and I'm going to read what I have and label. So an equation of a line that has a y-intercept of -3. Okay, so I'm going to put a b over that. Good, Nola. Good, Amari. Good job. And then a slope of -4. Slope is m. So when I come down here to plug in, I'm going to get y equals, be careful because make sure you're labeling them correctly. We want the slope to come first. So -4 times x minus 3. No worries, Nate. All right. Any questions about writing the equation of a line if you're already given the slope and the y-intercept? No, this is 4.01. We're just starting the lesson on 4.01. All right. So another thing we've talked about, here we go, is the different forms. So we have talked about standard form, okay, and we have worked to change standard form into slope-intercept form, which means we're solving for y. The new thing we're going to work on today is up at the top. This is called point slope form. Okay, so the name kind of gives it away. It tells you when you're going to use this. You're going to use point slope form when you are given the coordinates of a point and the slope. Just like whenever we were given a slope and an intercept, we plugged it into slope-intercept form. If you're given a point and a slope, you will plug it into point slope form. And then sometimes we will be asked to go ahead and change it or convert it to slope-intercept form, which means we're just going to be solving for y. So let's take a look at what this looks like. All right, so what I want you to do for right now is don't worry about writing this along with me. Just watch me do this one, and then I will have you do the next one with me. So this problem, I can write the point slope form for the equation of a line that passes through the point -2, 5 with a slope of 3. Okay, so I know immediately my slope is m. In our point slope formula, which is down here in the bottom right box, we have y minus y1 equals m, which is slope, times x minus x1. This x1 and y1, those are going to be the points, the x and the y, in the ordered pair that you're given. Okay, so these x and y that don't have a number with them, those are going to stay. Those are part of your formula. Okay, but the x1 and y1 comes from the ordered pair that they give you. So this, they give us the point -2, 5. So the -2 is our x. the 5 is our y. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite my point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. What I'm now going to do is plug in the information they gave me in the problem into my point slope form. Okay, so I'm not solving anything yet. I am simply just plugging in the information I was given. So I would have y minus 5 equals 3 times x minus, and I'm going to plug this in parentheses because it's a negative. So I want to make sure I keep that double negative in there. I don't want to lose one of those. All right, so to recap, all I have done so far is I read my problem, I labeled the information they gave me, and I have now taken the information they gave me and plugged it in to my point slope formula. Now what I'm going to do is simplify this parentheses because we want to go ahead and get rid of that double negative. So I would have y minus 5 equals 3 times x plus 2. So x minus a negative 2, that double negative becomes positive. All right, and then my last step, actually it's not the last step, but now this is written in point slope form. So now I'm going to show you how we would convert this into y-intercept form if we needed to. So if we need to convert this, we would just start by distributing your slope to the parentheses. So we still follow our order of operations, which is PEMDAS. So parentheses, we did that, got rid of the double negative, okay? We can't add x and 2 together because they don't both have the same variable. So next we go to exponents. We don't have any exponents. Next we go to multiplication or division. So we have multiplication here. This 3 outside of the x plus 2 means that 3 is going to multiply everything in the parentheses. So exactly like some of you have said, y minus 5 would equal 3x plus 6. Okay, and ultimately getting something into slope-intercept form means solving for y. So I have y minus 5. I want to do the opposite of subtracting 5. So I'm going to add 5 on both sides, which leaves me with my final answer of y equals 3x plus 11. All right, so I know that kind of seemed like a lot. You're going to get the hang of this really quickly. We are going to do a problem together now. And for this one, you are not going to put it in slope-intercept form. We are just going to simply practice putting this into point slope form. Okay, so you're going to do this one with me. Let's read the problem together, and then we're going to label important information. I can write the point slope form for the equation of the line through the point -1, -6 with a slope of -1/3. All right, so this point, this is our ordered pair. This is x1 and y1, and our slope is -1/3. So go ahead and label that on your paper. Yeah, good, Paulina, good. And then we're going to simplify those double negatives at the end. All right, so let's rewrite our point slope form. We've got y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And now we're going to plug in what we know. So we've got y minus -6. Make sure you have that double negative in there, okay? The first subtraction sign is just part of the formula. Amare, good. Don't forget to plug in your number for m. Equals -1/3 times x minus -1. Perfect. Good job, Amari. Good job. Alrighty. So now let's just go ahead and get rid of those double negatives to clean this up a little bit. So our final answer would be y plus 6. That minus a -6 becomes plus 6 equals -1/3 times x plus 1. And that's it. So if it asks you to leave it in point slope form, that's all you have to do is plug in the information that you've been given. Okay, let's take this a step deeper. This is now asking us to write a linear equation in slope-intercept form, so we're going to end up solving for y. But what if we're only given 2 points? Let's think about, in the previous 2 problems, we were given the slope and 1 point. So the difference here is that we're missing the slope. Exactly, Paulina, exactly. So we need to find the slope first. Can we find slope when we're given 2 points? Yeah, we can. Exactly. So to find the slope when given 2 points, that formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's go ahead then and label our points. We've got x1 and y1, x2 and y2. I want you to go ahead and plug this into the slope formula and tell me in the room chat what you get for your slope. And go ahead and simplify it. Good, Nola. So y'all check your positives and negatives. Four minus 6 is -2. 8 minus 0 is 8. So my slope would be -1/4. Do you flip what sign? Do we flip the sign around when we subtract y1? No, there is no flipping signs here. So the only thing we ever flip is if it's an inequality sign. There is no sign here. Like this is just an equal sign. So we just subtract across, or yeah, subtract across the top and then subtract across the bottom. Okay, so now remember from our point slope form, the point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Do I now have all the pieces to plug in to point slope? Yes, I do. So let's go ahead and plug in. So I get y minus 6 equals negative 1/4 times x minus 0. I'm going to pause to let you catch up, and then we're going to go ahead and solve for y. All right, so let's go ahead then. And the first step is distribute the negative 1/4. So we're going to leave y minus 6 for now. Negative 1/4 times x is negative 1/4 x. Negative 1/4 times 0 is just 0. Anything times 0 is 0. Remember, it's not negative 1/4 minus 0. It's negative 1/4 times 0, okay, which is going to be 0. Okay, so now we have one more step here. We're going to add 6 to both sides. So we would get y equals negative 1/4 x plus 6. And that would be our final answer. Okay, what are you confused about? That's okay. I'm glad you're asking. What are you confused about? You can put minus 0 or plus 0. It doesn't matter. 0 isn't positive or negative. So you don't even have to put 0. You could just leave it as negative 1/4 x if you want. You don't even have to put the 0. Yep. 0 isn't, whether we add 0 or subtract 0, it doesn't change. Good question, though. All right, so we're going to do this next one together again, but I'm going to give you some time, and we're going to go step by step. So let's write the equation of the line that goes through the points 3, 2, and 5, 4. All right, so I'm going to help you out with step 1. The first thing you're going to do is find your slope. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. When you get your slope, you are going to send it to me in a private message. Okay, so I either need to hear from you what the slope is, or I need you to be messaging me and saying, I'm a little confused or I'm stuck on this part. Can you help me? I will help you label. We've got x1 and y1, x2 and y2. So now I'm going to give you some time to find your slope. If you're stuck or confused, that's okay. Just let me know. Good, Amare. Good job. Good, Nola. Perfect. If you want to keep moving on, you can go ahead and plug that into your point slope formula. Good, Micah. Perfect. Good job. Good, Paulina. Excellent. Megan, how are you doing? Valerie, Kiara, Riley, Rami, Karis, Ty, Good Nevea, Gio, Sanaya, Alina, Noah, Aubrey, Nalani, Rylan, Anaya, Adler, Nate, Michael, and Maya, AJ, and Maurice. How are y'all doing? Good, Sanaya. Perfect. Okay, good deal. Thank you, Rami. Good, Amare. Awesome. Now go ahead and distribute your slope to that x and the -3. All right. Is anyone else still working? Okay, Rami. So almost. So let's think about this. We've got at the top, y2 is 4. So we have 4 minus 2 divided by 5 minus 3. Is that how you set yours up? Maya, what about you? Michael, is that how you set yours up? Okay, so if you put 2 first, you did 2 minus 4. That's okay. Then you should have done 3 minus 5. Okay. Nate, are you there? Adler, are you there? Anaya? Rylan, are you there? All right, cool. Nate, are you working on this slope? What did you get? Good, Anaya. Perfect. Okay. What does that simplify to? What do you mean how to find B, AJ? So Megan, just where you're typing this, that's fine. That's where you can type your answer. Good, Anaya. Exactly. So AJ, we're not finding the y-intercept right now. Right now, we're just finding the slope. And then we're going to we're going to put that into our point slope formula and solve for y. Good, Nate. Exactly. Good, Megan. Good, Rylan. Okay, good, Nalani. Yep. So you should get 2 over 2, which simplifies to 1. Okay, so now we have our slope, which is 1, and our x1 and y1. So what we're going to do is plug in those pieces of information into our point slope formula. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a few minutes to plug it in. If you want me to check how you plugged it in, I'm happy to check that. And then I want you to go ahead and solve for y. AJ, it's so that we can write the equation of lines when we're given 2 points. Paulina, check your, when you distributed your 1, you should get 1 times -3, which gives you -3. Right? Is that what you did? And then you're going to add 2 to both sides? That's okay. Those are easy mistakes to make. I totally get it. All right, so you should have y minus 2 equals 1 times x minus 3. So the next step is going to be to distribute 1 times x and 1 times -3. So go ahead and do that on your own. And then you have one more step to solve for y. So when you've got your equation for y, you're going to send it to me. Good, Amari. Perfect. Good job. Yes, good, Nola. Perfect. Good job. Good, Paulina. That's perfect. Good job. Yes, Nevaeh, great. AJ, you're supposed to be telling me the answer. What did you get for the answer? So, Rami, you're close. When you do this 1 times -3, you're going to get a negative number. So you'll get y minus 2 equals 1x, or you could just write x, minus 3. Okay, so now do your last step and tell me what you get. Use a calculator if you need to. How did you get, AJ, how'd you get 2y? We should have y minus 2, but then we're solving for y. Okay, Nalani. Well, you can't combine them, AJ, because y minus 2, this is like if y was apples, so it'd be like apples minus 2 oranges. You can't just all of a sudden have 2 apples, right? So y does not have y is the variable. 2 does not have a variable. All right, so I want y'all to watch closely here because a lot of you are saying that, no, so not negative 2y, it's y minus 2. This is not, if it was y times negative 2, then you would get negative 2y, but this is y minus 2. I am solving for y. So what's happening to y is it's getting subtracted by 2. So I'm going to do the opposite of subtract 2, which is add 2. This is where I want y'all to be careful because we still have 1x or just x, but negative 3 plus 2 equals negative 1, not negative 5. Okay, so be very careful with this step. So we should get minus 1. So you can write it as 1x minus 1, or you can just write it as x minus 1. Either one is totally fine. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I want to give y'all some time to go work on your homework today. So when you finish this one, you're going to send me a private message. I will check your answer for you, and then I will give you this. If you can do these problems, you can easily go do the 4.01 homework in ClassKick. Okay, so I want you to go use this 10 minutes. I'm going to give it back to you so that you can have to do your homework. But before you leave, I want you to send me your final answer, and you are going to solve for y. Okay, so your final answer should be y equals, and then your equation. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to work. I'll probably give about 2 minutes, and then I'll come on and work the slope with you. If you have questions along the way, that's okay. You can send me a question if you want me to check, is my slope correct, or is this equation correct? And I can help you along the way. Okay, so Amari and Aubrey, you are really close. So when you do 4 minus 9, you get -5. And on the bottom, you have 2 minus 3, which is -1. So what is a negative divided by a negative? There you go, Aubrey. And then, yes, that is your slope. Nola, what did you get for your slope? I think we might have missed something. Yes, Megan, good. Slope is 5. So Nola, let's take a look at your slope here. So for our slope, we're going to get 4 minus 9 divided by 2 minus 3. Nope, this isn't in class kick. Yeah, good, AJ. Perfect. Good job. You can go work in class kick if you'd like on the homework. Good, Nevaeh. You can go work in class kick. Good, Amari. That's a good start. Exactly. All right, so 4 minus 9 is -5. 2 minus 3 is -1. Oh, sorry about that. I can erase that. So sorry. So we get +5 for our slope. Paulina, close. Your 5x is correct. Just check your math. So when you go to plug these in, we get y minus 9 equals 5 times x minus 3. So Paulina, I think when you distributed, you did 5 times +3, but this is actually a -3. So check your work on that one, okay? Good, Amare. There you go. Perfect. Good job. You can go work in class kick. If you're stuck, let me know where you're stuck, okay, so I can help you. Good, Paulina. Perfect. Good job. You can go work in class kick. Good job. Yes, Nola, exactly. You can head over to work in class kick. All right. Meg, how are you doing? Good, Megan. Perfect. You can go work in class kick. Yes, Ramey. Perfect. You can go work in class kick. Good job. Riley, how are you? So, Aubrey, after you set up this equation, you're going to now solve for y. So you're going to distribute this 5 to x and -3. And remember that distribute means to multiply. All right, let's see. Ty, are you doing okay? Riley, are you there? Gio, Sanaya. Okay, Riley, how are you doing? Did you get your, okay, Ty, what'd you get for your equation? You're doing the homework that is called 4.01 point slope form. There's another one called 4.01 B homework. You don't need to worry about that one until tomorrow. All right. So Sanaya, not quite. Sanaya, your slope should be 5. So try again plugging that in down here to your point slope formula. Okay, Aubrey, yes, that's exactly right. Once you distribute, good. So we get y minus 9 equals 5x minus 15. Good. Now we're solving for y. So there's one more step. Close, Nalani, super close. So did you get to this step here? Y minus 9 equals 5 times x minus 15. Did you get to that? Okay, perfect. Let's see. Adler, are you there? Nate, are you there? Michael, Logan, Maurice, Sophia, Owen, Alejandra. You sent me a message, Alejandra, where? All right, guys. So our last step then should be to add 9 to both sides. Use your calculator if you need to. Type in negative 15 plus 9, which will give you the final answer. Okay, send me an email, Alejandro, okay? Y equals 5x minus 6. Okay? All right. And then one more time before y'all head out, I am going to give you this Microsoft form. I need everyone to fill it out so that if you're looking to raise your grade or wanting a little bit of extra help, I can do that for you. Okay, 1 second. Let me pull up the class kick and look with you. Yeah, you're welcome. Let's see. All right, guys. So before you go, let me put this in the room chat. Please take the time to click on this link and fill out this form. Okay, Paulina, so let me look at yours, where you are. Alrighty. Oh, I wonder if, Paulina, if you put it in parentheses, does that, I'm wondering if that makes it different. Let me look. Okay, so wait a minute. -4. You don't have to use parentheses, but let me check your work. I think maybe I know what's going on. Okay, so Paulina, you should have -4, 5, right? Because this is y minus y1. So since this was just plugged straight in, that means that that is y1. Yep, there you go. And then because that x became +4, it's really a double negative. So it's actually a -4. That's a good question. Okay, thank you, Anaya. All righty. Well, y'all have a good week.